Oh well, hello there friends and family. Glad to see you back tonight. I am so happy to have you back here in old Mr. Tom's kitchen. And I have to apologize that supper's going to be a little bit late tonight. Had a little mishap. And that's why we got the little blue surgical glove on. We'll go over that at the end of the video. But I want to go ahead and get on with this video and putting this stir fry together. Now, for those of you who don't know, we did a meat marinade, Asian influenced meat marinade, here and a little bit a while ago. So, that said, I'm going to put a few things out and show you what we're going to need to put this stir fry together tonight. Stay with me. So, y'all, what you're going to have, because this is going to be primarily a beef and broccoli stir fry, is you're going to need some beef. Now this is a sirloin steak, cut about 1/4 inch thick, actually sliced, and then I cut it into about 1-inch pieces. And then I've let it marinate in my Asian meat marinade for a couple hours. I didn't intend it on being that long, but that just happened. And then you're going to need, of course, some broccoli. Now this is sitting in some salt water after I cut it up into nice little bite-sized pieces. You're going to need about 4 cups. And the reason I put it in the salt water, let it sit a while, is to kill off any bugs or worms that might be hiding in it. Now, that's just a fact about broccoli, folks. There can be critters in your broccoli, trust me. Now that said, it is added protein. What else we're going to need is some thinly sliced carrots. And I slice them up. You can see them right there. And then I cut those slices up into like little 1/4 to 1/3 matchsticks. Then what I've got over here is half an onion, sliced thin, 2 cloves of garlic, and then I've got 1 green onion. That'll be our garnish. So let me set the camera up and we'll get started on this. And if I've left off any ingredients, we'll add them as we go. Oh, you'll need some oil for the stir frying. And of course we're going to be using some toasted sesame oil right here that we also used in our meat marinade. Okay, now the first thing we want to do, we threw in some of that there marinated beef into this here wok. And just for anybody comments about shouldn't use Teflon, this is not a Teflon wok. This is a standard steel wok, and it's got a black oxide finish on it. It's not non-stick by any means. Things will stick to this bad boy in a hurry. And we just got this here meat on in there, letting it cook on down some. Got our heat set at number 8, rather high. Now this meat was real juicy, because this is sirloin steak. And we'll be cooking this down to get that moisture cooked on off of it. Once that moisture's gone, we got a little bit of browning. We're going to be transferring it over into a bowl and placing it in the oven that we got preheated and set at 170 degrees, which is as low as my oven will go, just to keep it nice, warm, toasted. So we get this whole thing put together today. Like I've said before, nothing good comes quickly. All takes time. And you can see right now, that moisture's evaporating off rapidly. Well, that's okay. Turn that heat down a little bit to 6. Now that we got that pan super hot. And you can see, you know, the camera's picking it up, but that there meat's starting to brown some now. And that's what we're after. because the flavor is in the browning. That's what we're after right now. Get some good browning on this meat. Get a lot of that good flavor going on. Okay, there we got it. Now what we're going to do, flip it off the heat and come over here. And what we're going to do is put it in this bowl. And we're going to throw it on in that preheated 170-degree oven while we get another batch done. The biggest mistake people make doing a stir fry is, especially if they're doing a lot of it, is they overcrowd their pan and nothing cooks evenly. And you just don't get the desired result. So there you have it. Got it in the bowl. Just gonna put it on in the oven. Gonna sit in there. Gonna get that pan back on the heat there. Turn y'all around a little bit so you can see. And we're gonna start again with another batch of meat. And you can see that pan's already starting to sizzle. And if I hadn't said it before, that was only 1.25 pounds meat. We got her in there again. Got that heat on high. But you can see once you pour that nice cold meat in the pan, it cools it right on off. And I didn't take the time to get the meat out and let it warm up room temperature. Because it's getting late. I gotta start getting this done or I'm gonna starve to death. Ooh, yeah. You got all that ginger, garlic, and everything going on there in that marinade. It's just filling the house up with goodness. Now you could drain the meat, have less liquid. And normally I would, but I forgot about it tonight. Just ain't been having the greatest of days. It don't take all that long. I mean total prep time is probably about 15, 20 minutes. Cook time, even though we're doing a lot of meat, it isn't going to be that long. It's taking about 5-10 minutes for each batch of meat to evaporate off that liquid and get some browning on it. Oh yeah, now we're starting to brown that meat again. Second batch starting to come together. Woo, you can really smell it. Of course it's making a mess too. Well, we got some browning on that right now. We're just going to slip that off the heat, put it in our bowl and stick it back in the oven to keep it nice and warm till we're ready to put this all together. So there you have it, finished product. We're going to stick that back on in the oven. Okie doke. Now we're going to add a little bit of water to this pan. Now what we've done is we've added 1/2 cup of water, just filtered water. What that does is help us deglaze the pan some. Get all that goodness off that pan back down there so we can start getting our veggies done. See how that works? Use wine too. Doesn't have no wine. Water works good too. See? See how that works? Now that's a tip too when you go to clean up. Fill your pan up, boil some water in it, and use your wood spatula or scraper. Get anything that's burned on off the pan. So there we have it. We're just going to let that cook on and off. And then we'll be adding a couple tablespoons of sesame seed oil, because we're going to start getting these veggies done. Okay, y'all, we've let that reduce down some and use that water to deglaze our pan and everything. Next thing we're going to be adding on in there is our onions. Just going to slip them on in there like that. And they're not going to take long. Break them up into little rings. Now we're only cooking these onions for about 5 minutes. But you saw the water we had in there, and we're just letting that water reduce down so we can get these onions softened. We don't want them cooked all the way through. Now what we're going to do, just going to sprinkle our garlic on in there. That's 2 cloves of garlic. We got that going on. We're going to get ready to take this on out of here real quick. Okay? Here again, we got another bowl to put it into. Ooh, I can smell that garlic now. That's what you want. We're going to go ahead and rake that off in a bowl. Once you get that smell going, see those onions and garlic translucent, you want to get them on off of there. And here we got them right here. And that's going to be going in the oven to stay warm. Now we got to get the carrots in there, but we're going to add a little bit more water. That's where the flavor's at. See? See how that deglazes that pan real fast? See, that just gets it going. All that brown goodness on in there from everything you stir frying. Old Vietnamese chef showed me that. Now we got the carrots on in there. It's the same routine. We're going to be doing these carrots and that water we used to deglaze that pan. For about 3 to 5 minutes. You just got to sort of watch it. And this pan's hot, ain't no doubt. Now in between, I turn the pan down to a 6. Once I get everything out of it, and then as soon as I put something new in it, I throw it back up to 8. Now most Chinese cooks just keep it blasting. But I'm not as quick as they are. You can see there's a lot of goodness in there that come off that pan. So we're going to let these cook. Like I say, about 3 to 5. And the way I know stuff's done to where I like it is once that water, which is when I know it's done, when that water starts to evaporate all the way off. What you're doing is you're steaming those veggies a little bit too, plus frying. And when they're cut so thin, it don't take much, folks. And you don't want them just turn to mush. A good stir fry should have a little bit of a bite. And you can see that water's about evaporated off. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and turn that heat down to 6. Get the pan back out. Put the onions into. I'm gonna rake it out. And there you have it. There's the carrots and onions. Just stick that back in the oven. Get the rest of that goodness out. As well as I'm going to put in about 2 tablespoons of oil. That's 2 tablespoons of that toasted oil, sesame seed. And then, here again, since we've got so much of this broccoli, I'm going to have to do it in 2 batches. Like I said, the water serves 2 purposes. Deglazes the pan, gets all that goodness back. It also will help steam those veggies some. And I just kick the heat back up to number 8. And off we go again. Now you're going to notice how that broccoli starts to change colors as it's sitting in there steaming and frying. You don't want to let this broccoli go too long. Here again, it's about 35 minutes. I sort of do it by looks. But for y'all, here again, I'm waiting for that water to evaporate off. And I like my broccoli to have a little bit of bite. I don't want it to be mushy. And what I found, folks, is using that water to deglaze my pan during every cycle and then watching it to evaporate off as an indicator of being finished, and then just using my old eyeballs, about the best way you can do these stir fries. Or at least that was explained to me by that Vietnamese cook, which actually is still working at our local Chinese restaurant. Look how luscious and brilliant green that broccoli's looking. That's going to be tasty. Now what I'm going to do is add me just a touch of pepper. Just a light sprinkling of ground black pepper in there. Add a little flavor to that broccoli. And it's got plenty of salt because we washed it in salted water and then I just drained it. So don't need no more salt. Here again, we can always put some salt in it. We can always put some salt in it later. So I'm going to go ahead, get out my veggie bowl out of the oven. And I'm going to dump that, slide that broccoli off in there too. You can see we're just building up the veggies right there. Now to dump in the remainder. And that's it right there. We'll add a little bit more water. Not a lot. Maybe about 1/8 of a cup. We're going to let that steam off and fry a little bit. Here again, we're just going to give it about 3 to 5, let that water evaporate off. that we're using as an indicator. Give her a little pepper there, a little shake or two. You see how brilliant bright green that's coming out? That's when you know that broccoli is about done. Now it'll continue cooking a little bit in the oven. In fact, we're going, since we're getting close to the end, turn the heat off on the oven. You can see water's pretty much gone. So that's telling me this is about ready to come on out of there. And then we'll do the final step before we put it all together. We'll get our veggie bowl back out right here. Give these a quick toss. Water's pretty much gone. So we're going to rake them on out into our bowl. And there we have it. Look how brilliant green that broccoli turned out. So the last thing I'm going to do, I'm going to put a few tablespoons of sesame oil in there. And I'm going to get my rice warmed up. Now I went ahead and pre-cooked some white long grain rice. And I'm just going to take some, pour it on in there. Oh, I'd say about a cup. So, put however much you want. One serving. Break it up. Like that. Now this, you see, she's wanting to stick on me. Wanting to stick on me. So I went ahead and took it off the heat. Now that's just to warm that rice on up. Plus, that toasted sesame oil gives it some flavor. And there we have it. So let me get this all plated up and I'll come back to y'all. Hold on. So y'all went and got me a bowl. Now I'm just going to rake that rice out into my bowl here. Of course I'll be cleaning up the stove today. Or in the morning because it's getting rather late. Now I'm already tell you, this is smelling real good. So there we got the rice in our bowl, nothing fancy. And we're going to go ahead and get out that veggies. Got them right here. We're going to have to give them a little mix up. Get everything mixed on up. Now what I'm going to do is add some of that veggie mixture, you know, broccoli, carrots, garlic, onions, over that rice, just like that. You can just put in there as much as you want. Just like that. See it right there? Starting to look pretty, ain't it? Now what we gotta do is we gotta put some meat in there, right? So now we got our beef. We're just gonna take some of that, sprinkle it there on top. should be plenty. And I always like to just drizzle it with a little bit of this toasted sesame seed oil. I mean, just a few drops, not much. See right there. Now I'm going to add our garnish, which is those sliced green onions. And the last thing we're going to do, you don't have to do it, but I do it, is I add a little bit of soy sauce. I just love it. I'm going to drizzle some of that soy sauce right over it right there. There you have it, folks. There's the beef and broccoli finished stir fry. Got carrots in it, some onions, garlic. It's looking tasty. With that said, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to eat it. Now, it is over rice, okay? So I'll be back in a bit after I finish my dinner. Well, y'all, I hope you enjoyed the video. And with that said, I'd like to bring up a few things before I end this. Now, that meat was marinated in my Asian influenced meat marinade. It's a little bit spicy, not hot, won't burn your mouth. It's got just a touch of heat. So bear that in mind. You can use your own favorite marinade if you want. Then something you might notice as I go through all this, I use water to deglaze my pan. You could use wine, beer, whatever you want. I don't have any of that on hand, so I was using water. And that water, especially on the vegetables, when I dump in a quarter cup between each vegetable, dump in the veggies, I sort of know once that water is evaporated off, the vegetables are cooked to my liking. Now, they may be a little bit too crispy crunchy for you. I like a little bite in my vegetables. I don't want no mushy ones. But whenever in doubt, grab a fork, stick whatever it is, whether it's the beef, chicken, pork, one of the veggies, give it a few blows and taste test it. If it's to your liking, go ahead and get it on out of the pan and proceed on. And for those of you who may have noticed a blue hand, as I was getting ready to slice up some carrots today on my mandolin, which I want to say is extremely sharp and dangerous, I was slicing a carrot and it was rather hard. I wasn't paying attention and let my hand slip. And it resulted in cutting off about a 1/16 of an inch off the side of this here thumb right here. And if you ever slice some skin off, ooh, buddy, does it bleed. And it bled for quite some time until I got it all stopped. Unfortunately, I didn't have no blood clot. I had to go herbal this time. But I finally did. Got it all disinfected and bandaged up, and we're all fine, good to go. It'll take a while to heal. But that's all part of the cooking process. Things happen. But as you can see, I wasn't going to cook in a just band-aid on my finger. I got it gloved up just like they do in professional kitchens. So y'all, until I see you later on the next video, y'all take care, stay safe. God bless each and every one of you. Goodbye for now. Now, Trix would normally be there and say bye y'all. It's getting late. And she done said and went to bed. But I'm sure she loves y'all and say bye if she was here. Later all.